Welcome back to Saphy, Season 2, Episode 5. It has been quite a while. Again, I seem to really struggle with this whole consistency thing. A few weeks ago, I actually was going to put out a video. I started work on my base all the way over there. But unfortunately, the files are missing. I have no clue where they are. It is unfortunate because I built the first room, and you guys aren't going to be able to see that build process anymore. And I do apologize. However, on the bright side, there are still lots of rooms to be built for the base, so it's not hopefully going to be a big issue. So this is where we have decided to build our bases. Size and mine are probably going to go together. At least that's what the plan is. Okay, so we are here at the area for my base, and I guess I should tell you guys what it's going to be. So this is future me here. I kind of immediately forgot to explain to you what I'm actually building after that clip. I just have had a lot of things on my mind, and since I already explained it but lost the files, I just kind of forgot. So I'm going to kind of show you what I'm going to be building. So essentially, it's going to be a giant redstone bunker because I love redstone. And it's going to have farms, doors, control over a control room that can literally control every aspect of the bunker. It's going to be great. It's going to have elevators and audio cues and all sorts of amazing things, and I'm super excited. But I've actually built the first section of it, and like I said earlier, I actually kind of lost the files. So here it is, and I wanted to show you all of the different things that can happen because there's 4 different cases that can happen if you try to open this. 5 technically, if you want to be violent. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to have to open the outer door, and the way that this is currently set up is just a button right here. This is subject to change. It's probably not going to stay as a button, but you click that button and you can see that the little 4x4 here gets retracted, or the 4x5 I should say gets retracted, and then the top 5 right there also get pulled up. And that's just done with 4 double piston extenders on each quadrant and then pistons up top. Okay, so basically once you open this, you have a key card reader right here. And this thing has 4 different options. So one is when you input the wrong item, it will reject entry. The second case is when you input a bunker keycard, and it will open the door. The third case is if you input a bunker keycard and it is locked. It will, in that case, not open the door. And the fourth case is the administrator bunker keycard, which will open the door regardless of if it's locked or not. So if we drop in a stone button, for example, we actually won't get it back.
Authorization terminated. Access denied.
So you can see we actually get a bone back, and that is because of the way that it counts items and stores items. I have to fix that so it actually does return you the item you just put in. If I were to put this bone back in, I would get the button back. It gives you the item that was inputted last time. The second case is standard bunker keycard. So it is not locked right now.
Authorization
Right
confirmed. Access denied. Facility sealed under lockdown protocol.
So I might have to reset something. I might have one-ticked the pistons somehow. But regardless of that, that's what happens if you put it in when it is locked. And I'm sorry if these voice lines are overpowering my voice. I don't know what the settings are currently set to. So if we put the administrator bunker keycard in.
Authorization confirmed. Access granted. Welcome, administrator.
You can see it opens the door for me. this lever controls the lock. Okay, so theoretically this should open it.
Authorization confirmed. Access granted. Welcome.
Something is a little broken. This is a little embarrassing, not gonna lie. I spent a lot of time on this redstone.
Authorization confirmed. Access granted. Welcome, Administrator.
Well, you get the gist. I'm gonna have to fix that, but you get the gist. It's the same exact message, except it just says welcome instead of welcome administrator. That's all the difference is. Yeah, I don't know why that's broken. It could be the fact that a creeper exploded right here earlier, hence why that's actually stone instead of iron, because I don't have a piece of iron on me. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look at that. But yeah, so the plans for today. We are going to be getting the netherite armor, building that room behind me, and digging a big tunnel for an elevator. And then we are going to be potentially building the elevator itself. And if we have time, building a farm. All right, so here we can see we have the garage here. And then behind this, we have the reception area. This is just like the main, not the main, but the first room. And you can see it has some circuitry on it. There's reasons for all this stuff. Essentially, this is an airlock. You can only enter that way. You cannot enter this way. The pressure plate will not open this door. Once you're inside, you have to press a button, and then you guys will all understand when I get it built, but it will essentially count the players in the bunker. But in order to get all of that started, we need to get materials. So, now that I've gotten all the materials, we can start digging out the room. Let me just fill in this wall so it's all nice and pretty and flat. So you can see this is kind of the size of room that I'm going to need to do. Got to dig it up, I think 8 blocks high. And yeah, so I guess we'll just be jumping into another time lapse. Alright, looks like I have the space all cleared out. So now that it's all dug out, I can launch into yet another time lapse. We love this. However, I haven't figured out how to use flashback clearly, so it's just going to be another time lapse on top of my light Matica building. So I apologize for that, but this room is looking nice and cleared out and pretty. So here we go. All right, so I finally got all the redstone completed. So you can see we got the sign that says enter and exit. If you're a menace to society and you want to enter through the exit door, you can try, but it will not. It won't do anything. So you are kind of forced to go through it with it, unless you want to break it. But that goes against the rules of redstone. So you go into the enter door, and then you have to air quote submit yourself to scan. So you can be scanned to enter the bunker. I thought it was a cool addition when I was building it. I still like it. It's pretty cool. And then the door will open, and then you can exit, and then it will close behind you, and then you cannot leave through that same door. You have to leave through this door. And it's the same exact thing on this side. You have to press it to get scanned to make sure you're not stealing anything from the bunker, you know. So yeah, yeah. So this room is officially done, except for the villager that needs to go here, and the elevators that need to go there and there. Oh, wow, that was fast. Yeah, so I got to put elevators there, and a villager here. I am kind of dreading the elevators because they're really difficult to build. It's going to be a pain in the butt. And I also did just remember that I didn't hook up the lighting either. So let me go do that real quick. Okay, now all the redstone is done. And theoretically, when I walk through this door and scan myself, we should see something pretty amazing, except for that one bulb. Yeah, there we go. Amazing, beautiful, bright, easy to see everything that's going on. I can remove this torch now. And then when you leave, it will do the exact opposite. Which I think is just a nice touch. And that lighting does exist throughout like the entirety of the bunker. So yeah, this is the first floor is officially done, minus the villager, an observer, and then the elevators. So here I was just coming to record the outro, and I found a creeper. I'm very sad, and I'm gonna go cry for about 3 hours, and then I'm gonna fix this. You know what? I'm doing this later. I can't even get out of here. Well, we're going to ignore this. This is going to be a issue for me in the future, a very big issue. We're going to ignore that for now. As I was coming here to say originally, I'm going to cut this episode a little short. Although there were a few other things that I wanted to get to, like me regaining my netherite armor after I died off screen, and then also trimming my netherite armor. The footage just was not great. So we got Nolan here. It took an absurd amount of time. He has his little journal, his security journal. I haven't renamed it because I'm gonna try something, but it's just like a little goofy Easter egg, I guess. And then I kind of dug these out. These are the elevator shafts. I just kind of came back to these every few days here and there when I had a few minutes. So I didn't really record that process, but they're dug. And originally I had actually wanted to put the bunker way lower than this. This is at y equals 5, I believe, or -5. And I had wanted to put them like way down here. However, the bunker is actually so tall from the bottom floor to like the top floor, it just didn't work. So with that, the bunker, the first floor is basically done. I did also get the observer replaced, so everything is fine. All the lights are lighting up. It's super nice. But with that, the first floor is basically done. All I have to do is build out some elevators, which is actually going to be quite complicated and painful. But that's the only part left. And then I have to reinforce this so that things like this don't happen. Oh, I'm so heartbroken. But That's to be expected when it's literally right there. So I'll have to work around that. But thank you guys for watching. I am sorry that my videos keep coming out so late from each other, and I'm going to be trying to get better at it. But I appreciate your guys' patience with it, and I really hope that this project is cool enough to keep you somewhat interested in the series. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe. I'll see you next time, hopefully soon.